topic of today's presentation is mobile technology as a business tool, but I think we'll take a look at mobile technology in general, just to give you an idea of what's happening in the industry, where it's come from, some of the latest smartphones, and what you can do with this technology in both your personal lives and within business. These days we're seeing mobile technology in a range of different devices, so not just cell phones, we've got it within netbooks, which are mini computers which are always connected to the cellular network. We've got T-sticks or modems available, which are little mobile broadband sticks that you put into your laptop and allows you to connect to the internet. We've got the popular BlackBerry, which has a full keyboard. It's much like a computer, so you can type, send and receive emails from your mobile phone. We've also got the iPad, which has had a lot of media attention lately. Nice big touchscreen device which allows you to read books, play games, send and receive email. Similar to this device down here, the Amazon Kindle, which is almost about the size of a sheet of paper, which allows you to read books, magazines and newspapers. And the interesting thing with the Amazon Kindle is Amazon themselves, big US online book retailer, are actually selling more electronic books than they are hard copies. So that's a big change which is happening within the technology industry. This particular product here is called the O2 Joggler, and the marketing slogan for it is, it will replace your fridge door. So what it's designed to do is for families, they can add calendar appointments, might be a sports event or a children's birthday, and once it is added to the calendar, it then sends a text message out to all the family members that are involved. So quite an interesting piece of technology. We've also got this photo here from a vineyard up in Marlborough, which is using mobile technology, and it has sensors in it which manages the frost levels, and once they reach a certain threshold, it will send out a text message to those concerned. And just down the far left here, we've got a wireless home phone, which uses your standard home phone number, but connects through the mobile network, so it means you can take that number with you as you move around. So it's just some of the interesting pieces of technology involving mobile connectivity these days. With all these different pieces of technology, what we're seeing is it's advancing very quickly, and the problem is our usage of this different technology is not increasing at the same rate. So this is what's creating the gap here. As the technology advances, they've obviously got a lot more features. We're relying on this technology more. It's becoming more and more complex, and because of that, our return on investment is decreasing. So we're spending more money on technology, relying on it, but we're not using all the features it's designed for. And this is creating some frustration. We talked about those different pieces of technology being integrated into our lives. What's also happening is different pieces of technology are converging towards the mobile phone. So now, the mobile phone is much more than a phone. It's replacing a lot of functions from our computer. It's also got a camera built in and a GPS, which is something we'll take a look at later. And what is bringing all this technology together and allowing us to do it from the phone is, of course, we can now access the internet from our phone. And that's what's created the smartphone. We'll take a quick look at some of the different smartphones that are available on the market. On the far left here, we've had one that's been in the media a lot, the Apple iPhone. We've also got the BlackBerry, as I mentioned, with the full keyboard, so you can send and receive emails. This model here is the Google phone. Google, the big online search engine, are now entering the mobile space. So this is a touchscreen device along with the iPhone, whereas these two use the keypad, so the BlackBerry, and on the far right here we've got the Nokia. Just to give you an idea of the price of these different mobiles, you can see they're obviously a lot more expensive than the standard phone, but these features, and also the price, is coming down, and these features are now within the mainstream, so a lot more mobiles will have things like email and touchscreen and GPS on them within the next couple of years. And just to give you an indication of what phones are popular, Nokia is still leading the market, just because people have had Nokia in the past, they're familiar with them, but that is decreasing, and phones like the Google and the iPhone are increasing in their market share. We've talked about these phones being able to send and receive email. If you are wanting to set up email on your mobile, there's two different types. Not to confuse you too much, but POP and IMAP are your standard email accounts like your Extra, your Vodafone, your Gmail or your Hotmail. Whereas Exchange email is more what larger organisations use, and that's when you can delete email messages from your phone and it deletes them back from your computer. Whereas with these other types, it's basically just sending a copy of those messages to your mobile phone. If you are interested in setting up an email account on your mobile and you use Outlook at home to check your messages, you do need to go into Tools and then Account Settings, and that will bring up your email details which you need to enter on your mobile phone. So things like your email address, your password, and also your servers. It's also a good idea to link your mobile to your computer to transfer across things like your contacts, calendar, or your tasks. When you want to link your mobile to your computer, you do need to use a piece of software. BlackBerry uses BlackBerry Desktop Manager, Apple have their iTunes product, Sony Ericsson have PC Suite, and Nokia have their OV software. So this is the go-between your phone and your computer. So the software is what transfers across your contacts, your calendar, and you can also use it to transfer across pictures, music and videos. All that software is available free from the company's websites. It's a good idea to do it also because it allows you to back up and restore that information from your phone to your computer. In case you lose your phone or you get another phone in the future, you can transfer the information back to your mobile. Another big change within the mobile industry is you can now download little pieces of software to your mobile phone. They're called applications or apps, and they're available through various app stores. So Apple have one, Google have one, the BlackBerry phones have one, Nokia have another app store called the OV store, and there's hundreds of thousands of little pieces of software which you can now add onto your phone, which is allowing us to do a lot more with our mobile. So much like if you want to use a spreadsheet on your computer, you use Microsoft Excel. If you wanted to check the weather on your phone, you can use a Met Service application. Or if you wanted to board a flight, you can use an Air New Zealand application. So the technology and the applications are allowing us to do so much more from our mobile phones. And of course, another popular trend at the moment is using social networking. And a large percentage of that is now being accessed through mobile phones. So traditionally with the mobile, we'd make phone calls, we'd send and receive text messages, and as of lately we're sending and receiving emails from our phones. Now with social networking on our mobiles, it's allowing us to share a lot more information. So we can upload photos, we can share videos, and we're starting to see people sharing locations, which of course has its own risks with it. But the mobile phone is allowing us to add presence to these social networks. So it's a lot more real time. We can say we're watching a film and it gets sent straight to our social networks. Of course we've got Facebook, Twitter, which a lot of people are starting to use, also within business. And also another social network called LinkedIn, which is more designed for professionals where you can get references from people. All of these three social networks have a mobile website, so it'd be m.facebook.com, and they also have applications which you can download to your phone. So search for them within your phone's application store. We'll also take a look at using GPS on your mobile, because now 60% of all GPS chips being produced actually being put into mobile phones. So we're going to see that more and more within this type of technology. Google Maps is available for all mobile phones. It can be downloaded from google.com/maps, and it obviously shows you where you are on the map. You can search for a business, you can get directions. There's a lot you can do with Google Maps, and you don't actually need to have GPS on your phone to use it. It can work off the cell phone towers and give you a rough idea of the area you're in. So that's Google Maps. Another alternative is called Tool.MP4, which is more like your standard GPS unit in your car, where as you're driving down the street it tells you to turn left or turn right. With Google Maps, every time you use it, it is downloading that data to your phone, so there's obviously a cost associated with that. With things like Tool.MP4, you do need to pay for the application, so it's about $99, but all those maps are stored on your phone, so you can use it for free wherever you are in the country. That's the key difference between the two. We did talk briefly about social networks. Emerging one at the moment is called Foursquare, which actually uses people's mobile phones and their GPS chips to check into various locations. So for example, if you were visiting a cafe, you would check into that cafe from your mobile using the Foursquare application, and the more you visit that place, the more status you get, almost like a game, but people are becoming mayors of that area and getting various rewards from their peers and also from the businesses involved. So that's a good one to keep an eye on, Foursquare. That's probably enough here.